with a beautiful sunset enhanced by the chemicals the train erupted. Its beauty a distraction from our debts. Norfolk Southern wants to play that game. The government, it looks like, wants the same without having to admit they made the mess. It ain't us, said the CEO of Norfolk Southern. It ain't us either, said the government. Must have been God or luck that ain't so good. It ain't us, said the people of East Ohio. No one to blame. Oh, Ohio, East Palestine's a poison neighborhood. Yeah, East Palestine's a poison neighborhood.
We've just, the three of us, we've just been offered to do the musical entertainment at the Super Bowl. Have my people talk to your people.
That is my favorite Connor song, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've requested you to play that.
Bro, there's a lot of words.
I played that for my roommate. I was listening to that in the car, and I was driving my roommate around, and I was like, you gotta listen to this song, because he loves Don DeLillo as well. And he was really impressed with the first thing he said. He was like, God, this guy sang a lot. Just gonna play a love song. I don't have too many of those. Dear, quit your crying. You're a frightened little bird that got caught inside. I won't try to talk you down from the ceiling. I'll just let you weave and dive until you're tired. Liza, dear, love don't mean to me what it means to you. I'd be content just to bend you over the table and then get on with my afternoon. You can fly through the house and chase me room from room. I light on my arm, sing a beautiful tune. I won't change a thing, I still won't feel. What do you want me to? Liza, dear, you're not the first. I've heard to everyone who thought I was worth their time. I bet I could fill up a pillow with the feathers that their wings left behind. Are you really so broken that you're happy this way? You don't even know that you should try to escape. Quit taking my orders and tell them to stop. Stop doing what I say. 'Cause Liza, dear, you know the cost. I'm cold, cruel, and callous by design. I guess I just pretend pretend you aren't here and leave the window open wide. Just pretend you aren't here and leave the window open wide.
A few years ago, well, at this point, it's a few decades ago, sat my mother down. She was in her late 70s, early 80s, and I asked her, with a video camera, I said, what is the first thing you remember? And she said, do you have a tune? I used the iPhone and it's up there being a camera. Show me how to work it.
He's gonna like slide on you.
I'll buy you one for Christmas.
Is that? That? Turn it
My
on.
tune is a practical joke. Sometimes peanut brittle shoots out of it.
Yeah, now I see. Funny thing about the only thing worse than having somebody tune is if they don't. Sometimes at the open mic, I restrain myself from walking up there and grabbing somebody and saying, "Tune that son of a bitch."
Just gotta learn how to sing out to
He does.
I think you should do that at the mic. I want to see what happens.
Grab somebody. So, sat my mother down, what's the first thing you remember? And she said she remembered watching women wringing out sheets. They were doing the laundry in the river in Poland, and each woman would grab one end of the sheet and they would twist it to wring out the water. And that was her first memory. And then I had her tell me everything right up to the present day. And I would strongly recommend that everybody, even if you just take your phone and just aim it at an older relative, if you can't think of questions to ask, always start with what's the first thing you can remember, because the stuff that comes up is amazing. But yeah, it's a wonderful thing to do. Anyway, so I took her words after she passed away, quite a while after she left, and I wrote the song. So this is actually a co-write. The words are pretty much exactly what she said, just put to music by me. Not happening, but I'm a girl from a town that was sometimes in Russia, it was sometimes in Poland, and sometimes in the Austro-Hungarian Empire. There were women washing clothes on the rocks by the river. They were wringing out the bedding, one holding and twisting each end of the sheet. But when airplanes fly over, Mama hides me and sister in case there are bombs in a war that we now just call World War I. And now I am hiding since I don't want to go, not to America, though I know that my grandmother's there. Grandmother sent money for some second-class tickets, but a man stole some money and he bought his own tickets. So he sailed in the filth down in steerage. Now we see a woman up on the dock. Mama says that's your grandma. I say, Mama, she looks younger than you. Grandma's so stylish, her American dress. Mama still wears a ragged babushka from the old country Poland. Then we take a taxi through New York City to Grandma's candy store, but then we are not welcome in the crowded apartment. Then Mama finds a job where she cooks in a restaurant with a little back room where me and sister and Mama can stay. Aunt Julia, she takes us to museums and the opera. She buys us white shoes, sailor hats, and striped sailor outfits. In summer, rich uncle has a Catskill hotel where I dress like a gypsy. I tell everyone's fortune, but then summer ends. Then Mama met Harry, so happy they marry. With Harry's 5 sons, there's a house full of music. There is singing and there's dancing. But just 6 months later, Harry dies of cancer, and it all falls apart. I am then sent away to a home for young girls. I'm 13 years old. My roommate, she's pregnant, and it's 1924. 100 years ago right now. I'm a girl from a town that was sometimes in Russia, 6 months in America, who I learned to speak English. Also what I learned is that things can fall apart. And I never forgot that things can fall apart.
That was kind of amazing, John. I feel like I know that lady a little bit. Beautiful. This is a song, I lived in Boston for a while and failed pretty thoroughly there, musically and otherwise. And I moved up to Salem at the beginning of the pandemic, kind of thinking I wouldn't play as much music. I ended up playing way more than I ever did with these players from Gloucester and Beverly. And my poor wife thought, she was like, that life will go to normal, whatever, and now it's like I'm out even more. So I kind of wrote a song acknowledging the situation. Stay up late singing my 3-chord songs. Stay up late for $50 in beer. Don't like waking up and pretending it's enough. Chasing boredom in pursuit of a career. Folks will say I'm lazy. Darling, they're all confused. They're in sleepy towns on their king-size beds. I'm on a bar stool building out a tune. Know what I'm saying sounds absurd, huh? Swear to God, darn, it's the truth. Every time I stayed out late at night, I swear to God I did it all for you. My vocation ain't a thing that's for like to say. It's the fear of living life with the dullness of a knife, unforgotten like a sepia stained day. Folks will say I'm lazy, darling, they're all confused. They're in sleepy towns on their king-size beds. I'm on a bar stool building attitude. Know what I'm saying sounds absurd, huh? Swear to God, swear to God, darn, it's the truth. Every time I stayed out late at night, I swear to God I did it all for you. Someday I might make some money. Someday we might own a house. Someday I'll prove I'm not a waste of time. We can cut loose from this down town. Wrote this song to simply say I love you. Wrote this song to say it makes me sad that my brain only works doing what nobody should, singing gin mills on the other side of town. Folks will say I'm lazy, darling, they're all confused. They're in sleepy towns on their king-size beds. I'm on a bar stool building attitude. Know what I'm saying sounds absurd, huh? Swear to God, darn, it's the truth. Every time I stayed out late at night, I swear to God I did it all for you. Every time I stayed out late at night, I swear to God I did it all for you.
That was brutal. I'm gonna play this song now because it seems like a good sort of answer song to Connor's, and I also didn't want to play it before after he played a song on a train, which you'll find out why in the song. But yeah, it's growing up sucks. Having to face the reality that the only things that matter to you are not necessarily the things that society is going to easily allow you to sustain yourself with. And it gets, at least for me, gets increasingly harder to hold on to the feeling of the music when I'm being pulled in every direction except the one I want to be headed in. So, the song's, what is this song called? The song's called Bitter Pill. Playing Dylan on guitar, we would pass it back and forth like a chords we couldn't kick, coughing up the chords, afraid we'd find each other hanging, tangled up and turning blue. The ones like us, we rarely make it through. Can't believe we're here. Can't believe we own a house. Can't believe we have a kid. Baby, we shouldn't be allowed. Leaving their resistance in exchange for all of this. We survived, but that doesn't mean we lived. Time is a bitter pill. We're both sober now, but on more drugs than we've ever been. If we take them up the nose, a bill of fire
'cause every single record sounds the same. And I can't sit through one more fucking song about a train. One more song about a train. And that's kind of rude. 9 to 5 and 5 to 9, paying dues and paying bills. The pressure slowly wears away at what it doesn't count, smoothing out the edges till the glass that turns to sand, till you're just another dad who quit the band. Time is a bitter pill. We're both sober now, but on more drugs than we have ever been. If we take them up the nose, a bill of fire makes the pro, maybe we could lose control. Is it us or the music that has changed? Time's a bitter pill, getting older every day. A new prescription gotta fill. Oh, let's try to have some fun. Come on, we'll take them all at once. Babe, I think I feel it, but must be us, not the music that has changed. 'Cause even high, this record just don't hit the same. And I can't sit through one more fucking song about a train. One more song about a train. Well, I broke down in East St. Louis, the Kansas City line. I drank up all my money that I borrowed every time, and I fell down at the Derby. Nights as black as a crow. It was a train that took me away from here, and a train will bring me back home.
In year after college, found myself living with a girlfriend who in Charlestown, which was a pretty tough place at the time. I think those are the Whitey Bulger years. What's that? About some of the kids that we knew, one in particular. She bought a place in a tough part of town. I went along for time. Stevie and the kids hanging out on the street. They decided that we were all right. Working on my car to put engine out. You know, the boys are pitching in, getting greasy, getting dirty, telling jokes together. We're having the time of our lives. And then Stevie built a bike. It was a 10-foot bike from parts they found around town. Here comes Stevie on his 10-foot bike with a gaggle of kids all around. Stevie's dad come to the street one time to smack around. Stevie's mom takes that 10-foot bike, breaks it up and kicks it around. There was a burned out Bridgestone motorcycle, you know, Stevie's gonna fix it up. Takes it all apart, puts it back better, but the damn thing just won't run. But Stevie built a bike, a 10-foot bike, from parts that he found around town. Here comes Stevie on his 10-foot bike, the gaggle of kids around. Then Stevie quits school, gets him a job at the factory in town, buys him a brand new motorcycle and rides it fast and loud. When he goes out riding on a rainy night, you know, that bridge on Route 99, slides and he falls on the metal grate and his face is the steel going down. And Stevie built a bike. Stevie doesn't come around with his face torn off. He finds him a new set of friends, kind of kids that are not very gentle, but a kid with no face fits in. They grabbed up a kid hitchhiking one night. They beat him till they thought that he'd died. Kid tells the cops about a kid with no face. You know, Stevie's off to prison for life. Yeah, but Stevie built a bike, a 10-foot bike, from parts that he found around town. I can still see Stevie on his 10-foot bike with a gaggle of kids all around.
God dang. This song is based on a true story. Turns out if you say based, you can say anything after that. I have like a good American shopping market basket. And my market basket's on Island Ave in Salem, Berlin. And the median going in there near the Burger King, about once a year catches fire. There's no explanation for it. The fire department just kind of comes and hoses it down and leaves. And I filled in all the gaps. That's what this song is. It's kind of, well, just St. George, he saw Jesus passed out in the lot, and he said, "Holy Moses," and crossed to the spot through the eye of a needle. Skechers could trot at the market basket on Highland. He spoke to the seagulls about the Gospel of John, came into his own, and his own returned not, with a bottle of water that looked like red wine at the market basket on Highland. The cops were named Pontius and Judas and Stephen. They acted real friendly with cards up their sleeves. Georgie, your sainthood ain't nothing we need at the market basket on Highland. St. George took his shopping cart out for a walk, and he went to the median filled up with mulch. Flames started to grow like the bush Moses saw at the market basket on Highland. The fire department took turns at the blaze. Those flames kept growing into the next day. "Goddamn you, Salem," was the worn out old phrase at the market basket on Highland. Ever since George was displaced from that place, those flames start to creep up in the strangest of ways. Jesus says, "Told you so." George cursed this place, the market basket on Highland. Between the blue moons, I'll see old St. George. He tells me it's only the cops who drive Fords, siphons their gas for to settle the score at the market basket on Highland. And Georgie saw Jesus passed out in the lot, and he said, "Holy Moses," and crossed to the spot through the eye of a needle. Sketchers could trot at the market basket on Highland. 'Cause mulch burnt black is St. George's tax at the market basket on Highland.
You guys are awesome. Thank you for listening so attentively. I know you were threatened if you didn't, but it's always so nice to play for people who actually care about the songs. So I appreciate it a lot. Play a little bit of an older song. I wrote this maybe 4 years ago or something like that. Someone that I'm very close with had to get an abortion, and she was having really intense nightmares for like weeks afterwards. And she told me one of them because it was about her mother. And so I wrote her this song. This is hers. It's called "Roll the Dice." Bursting at the seams, can't fit into your jeans. A baby growing safe and warm inside. In an old familiar dream, there's a nativity scene, an evil just behind your mother's eyes. It's stretching out your skin, know the little life within, and pretty soon you'll have to decide. Stomp it out like a cigarette, or go and buy a bassinet. You never know what you regret, the odds are way too steep to bet. Roll the dice, just roll the dice. It's Christmas in the air, there's tinsel in the square, and your belly's getting bigger every day. Your mother's ghost is everywhere, oh, you see her on the stairs, her breath upon the pillow where you lay. An avalanche of grief for you paralyzed beneath a dilapidated heart vandalized. Something's wrong in the manger, baby Jesus looking at you strange, kicking at the cradle, and the odds ain't really in your favor. Roll the dice, just roll the dice. You never were the architect, the damage done was indirect. It's just the cause and its effect, so shake your wrist and take a breath, and roll the dice, just roll the dice, roll the dice, just roll the dice, roll the dice. Just roll the dice.
My middle brother Dan was here. He had to leave to get back to the Western Mass before it became impassable. And a couple of years ago, he said, I'm going on a fishing trip up in the mountains, Catskills. You want to come along? And I said, sure, I'd love to. And then he said, wait a minute, you don't fish. Why would you even want to do that? And I said, come on, Dan, to be up in the mountains on a trout stream with all my cameras and my guitar and stuff, of course I want to come. But ever since he was a kid, a teenager, my brother Dan would go on out fishing, and he would come back till way too late. I can remember my parents going, where is he? And so I'm sitting there on this lovely little fishing shack, facing this beautiful river, and waiting for him, and it's getting darker and darker. He was on this raft, supposed to float down the river. He eventually did arrive, and then we had dinner and stuff. In the meantime, I wrote this. Just this morning I spent some time, quality time with the dandelions. One so yellow that it hurt my eye, the other was puffy and ready to fly. Quality time with the dandelions, quality time. Quality time with the dandelions, quality time. Dandelions. Today I saw a copper penny lying on a small town street. Someone dropped it, didn't want it, penny lost and obsolete. It's a penny lost and obsolete, a penny lost. Penny lost, obsolete, penny lost and obsolete. Here's a sweet old couple in a camper van, a Red Sox lover and a Yankee fan. She was Myrna, he was Vaughn, a crusty old buzzard and an aging swan. She showed me where she'd seen a fawn, and he was worried that their tires were worn. I heard a noise right about dawn, they'd gone home to Oregon. They'd gone back home to Oregon, yeah, they'd gone back home. Gone back home to Oregon, they're going back home to Oregon. My brother fished for trout today, caught some got away. He puts back the ones he catches back in the river, their passageway. The river is their passageway, the river is. The river, their passageway, the river is their passageway. Just this morning I spent some time, quality time with the dandelions. One so yellow that it hurt my eye, the other was puffy and ready to fly. Quality time with the dandelions, quality time. Quality time with the dandelions, quality time. Dandelions. I believe we're down to our last song.
All right.
But there's a little surprise. After I do my last song, we have a little surprise. And we'll roll that out when it's time.
All right. Well, thank you again, John, for organizing this. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. This last song's about just, stormy weather. Been playing with these bluegrass folks, and they like doing tunes all about like Kentucky and Tennessee and shit. Well, they just haven't been south of Chicopee in like 30 years, if ever, it's a little silly. But anyway, I wrote a tune I could play with them that isn't, lying. Last night you said that you were leaving. I tried my best at real tough. You asked me why. You asked me if I had words worth hearing. I broke down and told you you were loved. Like autumn leaves, your love was like a painting. Like autumn leaves, your love died with time. They say to pack it in 'cause winter's coming. case you change your mind, I'll stay outside. It's on the news, they say storms are coming, but a snowing and a freezing rain. Oh Lord, your love was even colder. I'd brave it all to hear you say my name. Keep the ponds and the lakes, I like the ocean. Like love's hope, the damn thing won't freeze. They say that briny water don't have feeling, but from this bridge it looks so nice to me. With every wave a memory consumes me, drowning out all happiness in full. I curse the day my mind relayed the message to my heart, it's strings that you could pull. It's on the news, they say storms are coming, but a snowing and a freezing rain. Oh Lord, your love was even colder. I'd brave it all to hear you say my name. Bars closing, morning rears its weird head. Sun's blocked by blankets of the gray. The snow around it looks so old and friendly. It's telling me no longer I can stay. Like the elbows of my coat, my mind is worn out, with some torn to bits and ends are free. They say to pack it in 'cause winter's coming. Through the ice and snow I'm calling out your name. It's on the news, they say storms are coming, but a snowing and a freezing rain. Oh Lord, your love was even colder. I'd brave it all to hear you say my name. Oh Lord, your love was even colder. I'd brave it all to hear you say my name.
All right, this is it.
Almost.
I'm still not sure what I want to close with. I feel like the generous thing for me to do would be to leave you with something uplifting, but it's not gonna happen. So you sung. Play a song about incremental progress towards happiness. It's called Where I Slept Last Night. It holds me in the cold morning light, since I was grinding my teeth as if I'm alright. You don't know how bad it was before. Back when I first came apart, speaking in tongues with a murmuring heart on the run. The whiskey to get out of bed. I was drinking with the dead. And beside me now, it's someone who won't make sure I get home. I'm in this alone, but it's alright, 'cause at least I can remember where I slept last night. Swimming in
that hospital gown. I was skinny and thrashing, my arms go up and down in the deep, trying to squeeze the truth from a stone to that stony road. And beside me now, it ain't the one who would teach me to love, but I had some fun, and it's alright, 'cause at least I can remember where I slept last night. Sometimes I just can't believe that I fought so long to escape from that dream, just to wake up and find this is all that there is. No offense to you wonderful people. I'm still lost, afraid of the world, traumatized, wide-eyed, and easily hurt. But I learned to keep it close to the chest. I keep it to myself, 'cause beside me someone who won't make sure I get home. I thought I'd outgrown, hoping that he might, but at least I can remember where I slept last night. Yeah, at least I remember. Thanks for listening to my songs, guys.
Sometimes, when the string is out of tune, I've discovered it's actually not that string, it's the string next to it that makes it sound out of tune. And I think there's a lesson about that. If you think you're not right because people act like you're not right, maybe it's them. This is the only love song I think I've ever written. Kind of came to the conclusion that Paul McCartney said there's a lot of love songs out there. But it's a love song, but it has a lot of conflict, or some conflict in it anyway. And after this, we have one more little thing we're going to do with you. If I was headed for some desert island, there is a book I bring, though it might not be the book you're thinking of. If I was headed for this desert island, there is a song I'd sing. It would be a song I could sing every day. If I was headed for this desert island, I bring a game to play. I play it every day, no matter what you say. I got my desert island book, desert island song, and I've even got my desert island game. But after all these years, in spite of everything, you'll always be. You're my desert island girl. Yes, you're my desert island girl. If I was headed for some desert island, I know the hat I'd wear, keep my poor old head from going naked there. If I was headed for this desert island, I'd wear a pair of pants, be loose enough in case I had to dance. If I was headed for this desert island, I know the shoes for me, though I expect that you'd probably disagree. I got my desert island hat, desert island pants, and I've even got some desert island shoes. But after all these years, in spite of everything, you'll always be. You're my desert island girl. Yes, you're my desert island girl. Now, there's an old song, and one of the verses to it, the chorus of it, is on the back of your program. You don't really need it because you won't know it anyway, and you'll catch on in a minute. But so we have our own version of this song for you. I'll start it out with we've written original verses to it. Connor and I have, and Forrest is going to make you sing the most piquant and depressing verse of this song.
Oh, yeah.
My verse goes like, musical, hopefully magical songs, songs we sang for you. But now, as our concert draws to a close, it's time for you to sing to Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene.